On the news, Unicef warns that 3.5 million Nigerian children suffer from severe malnutrition. Northern Elders Forum raised alarm over impending flood crisis. Senate approves President Tinubu's external loan plan of over $21 billion. FCT Minister Wike commends Governor Peulo for qualitative governance. In addition, we have the exchange rates and weather report. So, stand by now for the details.
Welcome to the News on the Hour on Providence Television International. I am Ugbebo Ikekwa. Members of an organization, Friends of Providence Television International, comprising highly respectable men and women at home and abroad, have commended the management and staff of the TV station for the unique style of news reportage and presentation of very educative and informative programs. The members of the organization, who are committed to the development of our national ethos, made the commendation on Wednesday while officially adopting the operational guidelines and rules of engagement for the association. The chairman, Chief Executive Officer of Providence Television International, Dr. Emmanuel Egariva, expressed delight on behalf of the station's management and staff and thanked the members of the body for their best wishes. Dr. Egariva also reaffirmed the station's commitment to qualitative TV broadcasting line with its slogan, The Game Changer. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, on Tuesday disclosed that 3.5 million children in Nigeria are suffering from severe malnutrition, stating that 400,000 children risk preventable deaths in the next 1 month due to malnutrition. UNICEF Nigeria's Chief of Field Operations and Emergencies, Judith Loville, stated this during a joint press briefing held in Abuja, focused on the European Union's support for victims of the yellow water crisis in Benue State and the nutrition emergency in the northeast and northwest of Nigeria. She emphasized the need for funding, skilled personnel, and essential medicines, stressing that tackling malnutrition demands urgent and coordinated action by the Nigerian government, stating that international non-governmental organizations are ready to collaborate with the government. The Northern Elders Forum, the NEF, on Tuesday urgently called on the federal government to take swift and decisive action in the face of an impending flood crisis threatening vast parts of northern Nigeria. In a statement released in Abuja, the NEF spokesperson, Professor Abubakar Jideri, warned that based on current rainfall patterns, historical precedents, and official weather alerts, the region is on the brink of a severe environmental and humanitarian disaster. Calling for action, Professor Jideri emphasized the need for coordinated federal and state-level intervention to avert the catastrophic consequences of inaction. Recent flooding in Borno, Niger, Kogi, and other parts of the north have been devastating, with attendant loss of lives and property. The Senate on Tuesday approved President Bola Tinubu's external borrowing plan of over $21 billion for the 2025-2026 fiscal cycle, paving the way for the full implementation of the 2025 Appropriation Act. The comprehensive borrowing package includes $21.19 billion in direct foreign loans, 4 billion euro, 15 billion yen, a $65 million grant, and domestic borrowing through government bonds totaling 757 billion naira. The approval followed the presentation of a report by Senator Aliyu Wamako, chairman of the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debt, who noted that the plan was first submitted to the National Assembly on May 27, 2025, but was delayed due to legislative recess and documentation issues from the Debt Management Office. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Olamilekan Adiola, disclosed that most of the loan requests have already been factored into the medium-term expenditure framework and the 2025 budget. The suspended senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has vowed to drag the leadership of the Senate before the appellate court after she was barred from accessing the National Assembly complex on Tuesday. Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan told journalists that she would immediately consult her legal team, stressing that her being barred from the National Assembly complex is a violation of a recent court judgment calling for her reinstatement. She further condemned the action of the Senate, calling it an act of contempt of court. The FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, on Tuesday described Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpewolo, as a performer for delivering the dividends of democracy to the people within 8 months in office. The minister stated this in Benin City during the official commissioning of the new Edo Line Transport Service, a state-owned transportation company. Nyesom Wike commended Governor Okpewolo for refusing to be distracted in his drive to deliver qualitative governance to the people of Edo State. In his remarks, Governor Okpewolo commended Edo people for the opportunity given him to serve and reiterated his commitment to transform Edo State and improve the lives of Edo people for the better. The news continues after this break.
Providence Television International calling. For advert placements and news coverages, please contact Providence Television International at 42 Igbesama Street, Bayeria Junction, Benin City. You can reach us on telephone numbers 08033511599, 08100710297, or 08129924847. Remember, we cover both home and abroad. Providence Television International, the game changer.
Thanks for staying tuned. Edo State Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, has announced the establishment of a new tactical division in Agenebode, Isako East local government area, aimed at curbing incessant kidnapping and related crimes in that axis. A statement by the Edo State Police Public Relations Officer, Moses Yamu, disclosed that the move is part of ongoing efforts to assess and strengthen security across the state. The commissioner urged residents to remain law-abiding and continue to cooperate with security agencies by providing timely and useful information to aid crime prevention and detection. Nigeria will face hosts Morocco in the final of the WAFCON competition on Saturday, July 26th, following their victory in the semi-finals on Tuesday. The Super Falcons moved one step closer to winning a record-extending 10th WAFCON title with a 2-1 victory over South Africa at the Stade Labi Zaulu in Casablanca. A first-half penalty from captain Rashidat Ajibade and a stoppage-time effort from Michel Alozie and the victory for Nigeria after they were put to a tough test by the defending champions. Inter Milan and Atlanta have opened formal dialogue over the transfer of Nigerian forward Ademola Lookman. The initial contact between the clubs is a significant development in what has so far been a cold standoff characterized by indirect messaging and little official movement. Inter, who tabled an offer last week worth €40 million, explained that their proposal came after discussions with Lookman's representatives, who confirmed that Atlanta had promised to release the player for a defined fee. However, Atlanta is holding firm on their stance of €50 million for Lookman. United States President Donald Trump has called for the arrest of former President Barack Obama, repeating unproven claims that the Democrats' administration intentionally misled the public in its assessment of the 2016 election. At Tuesday's Oval Office meeting with the Philippine President, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Trump accused Obama of helming a criminal conspiracy. Barack Obama, through his office, has rejected the accusations, calling them outrageous, ridiculous, and a weak attempt at distraction. And now to the exchange rates. One United States dollar is presently 1,527 naira. 1 euro, its equivalent in naira is 1,794. 1 British pound, its equivalent in naira 2,072. 1 Canadian dollar presently stands at 1,122 naira, and 1 Australian dollar 1,006 naira. The weather forecast for Thursday, 24th July. There will be light rain in Abuja, Lagos, and Benin with temperatures of 27 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Celsius, and 27 degrees Celsius. And in Port Harcourt, it would rain with a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. In Kaduna, there will be scattered thunderstorms with temperatures of 26 degrees Celsius. In Enugu, there will be light rain with a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. And in Washington, it will be sunny with a temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. In London, it will be cloudy with a temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. While Johannesburg will experience light rain, and it will be quite cold over there with a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. In Rome, it will be partly cloudy with a temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. And in Paris, it will rain with a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius.
Providence Television International calling. For advert placements and news coverages, please contact Providence Television International at 42 Igbesama Street, Bairia Junction, Benin City. You can reach us on telephone numbers 08033511599, 08100710297, or 08129924847. Remember, we cover both home and abroad. Providence Television International, the game changer.
And that's the news on the hour on Providence Television International. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned.